Good morning, everyone. This is Jeffe Kennedy, author of epic fantasy romance. I'm here with my first cup of coffee. Ah, delicious. Today is Monday, November 27th, 2023. Coming up on the end of 2023, huh? If you're on video, you will have noticed that I have a delightful new mug. I'm doing my Vanna White impression. That's dating me, isn't it? I got this at Starbucks in Tucson, where I did spend some time sitting and working. I have news to report on that. Uh, Exciting news, but isn't it pretty? I love it. It's like a big, for those of you not on video, it's a red latte mug. I love these bowl-sized mugs. And it has a pretty sort of ribbony, slightly iridescent white pattern. It's lovely, and I'm very happy. So, news, exciting news. Twisted Magic comes out tomorrow. So we should do a chair dance. Woohoo! Yes, got it done, got it out. Um, yeah, so I finished it on Monday after we talked. I always want to say as we talk. So yes, I feel like we have a conversation, even though it's me talking to you and you listening. I always feel like you are out there talking back to me. Hi. So on Monday, I finished the book. Woo-hoo. Took me. It wasn't terrible. I ended up writing like 2,500 more words. Let's see here. If I can tell you how many hours I put in for those of you who care about such things. Oh, I did it in like 3 hours. I got it finished out. I got some other things done so that we could get out of town on Tuesday. Sent the book off to Assistant Corrine and to Minerva Spencer, who did the proofread for me. We drove to Tucson on Tuesday. And then Wednesday morning, I woke up early, as is my wont, and I went to Starbucks and sat there for a few hours. Wednesday was a longish day. Um, I ended up working about 7 hours total from start to finish, and almost six of those working away on proofing and so forth. What I find fascinating, and you may or may not find fascinating, but I'm so interested that my predictive formula works as well as it does. By the time I was done proofing and sent it off to the formatter, the final word count was 94 words shy of what my formula had predicted. 94 words is like nothing out of, well, let's do the percentage. It's funny, when I put the formula into Excel, it came up as literally zero. But if I added decimal places, it's 0.1%. 0.1% difference. I'm sure I've been interested in statistics lately in a way I should have been much more interested in grad school. But that's neither here nor there. I did get an A in statistics in grad school, so there. Uh, but but yeah, statistically, that's like nothing. Isn't it interesting that my formula works that well? That as ripe for discovery as I am and loosey goosey as I am, that I have this in my head and it predicts it so well. I'm probably insufferably pleased with myself about this. So anyway, uh, got that work done on Wednesday, sent it off to the formatter, and is that how it worked? Hang on. Got it back on Thursday morning from my fabulous formatter and got it all uploaded. Print book has been uploaded. Not incidentally, I probably forgot to mention here, but the Rogue Familiar audiobook is now on YouTube. So if you listen to the podcast on YouTube, you can also, well, even if you don't listen to the podcast, right? But YouTube, it's on my same channel, but you can listen to the series so far on YouTube. I just got it up there a few weeks ago. Uh, yeah, And I noticed another miss that I've been using the wrong cover for Twisted Magic, because I have her do the cover, like when my cover artist has time to do it. And she, but usually when she's doing it, I have no idea what the tagline for the cover will be. I haven't written the BCC, the back cover copy. I have no idea what the tagline will be because, see aforementioned, Right for Discovery, I don't even know what the book is freaking about yet. So when I figure out the tagline, which is usually when I have to do the BCC to set up the pre-order links and so forth, I have her add it. And so Raven, she's amazing. She's an incredible cover designer. She added it. She's on top of it. I just never used the covers with the tagline somehow. Um, I don't know. It was September. September was a little bit of a lost month for me. So anyway, that's been corrected. If you diligent readers out there notice that there's some place where I have the Twisted Magic cover without the tagline, please let me know. We're trying to catch them all and get them all uploaded correctly. So print books available for pre-order just in time for holiday gift giving. Actually, some people are having me send my books as Christmas gifts, or I suppose Hanukkah gifts, or other sorts of December-ish gift giving opportunities. So, yeah, it's all ready and releases tomorrow. So, thank you all for your support. Thank you all for your kindness to me. I appreciate it very much. So today, well, I guess I should say, had a great Thanksgiving, enjoyed seeing family. Once the book was done, then I got to hang out and relax. So it ended up being a good buffer time, which, if you're a long-time listener, I often feel like I should program in and don't always do. Um, because if I'm in the middle of a book project, I feel like I can't take the time. I don't like losing the momentum, and very rarely do my planned vacation break times coincide with uh, finishing a book project. That makes sense? Maybe. So, yeah, but this worked out fine. Got it all uploaded. I was happy. I was done and got to hang out, do some cooking, do some eating. And yeah, now I am ready to turn to Onira. It's funny, yesterday my friend Megan asked me, and today my friend Kelly asked me if we have a new title yet. And the short answer is no. We have many iterations on possible titles, but I haven't heard from anyone. New York rather famously shuts down from Thanksgiving until the New Year. So I don't know if I am going to hear anything twixt now and then. Um, I know that my agent is on a very rare for her long vacation. She's gone off to Scotland and she's going to be gone for like 3 weeks. And she was maybe not going to take her laptop with her. She said she didn't know if she would be able to resist, but I told her she should. I'm excellent at giving advice I don't take, don't you think? So, yeah, I don't expect to hear until the new year, frankly. And so I'm going to do Onira revisions. My edit letter was very light. I think I told you all that. And so yeah, I'm thinking that's going to take me a couple of weeks. We'll see. I don't have to turn it in till January 2nd, but I would like to turn it in before Christmas. And then I plan to take a little break between Christmas and New Year's. We'll see. But it's not going to work out exactly project wise unless this revision takes me a long time, which, yeah, knock on wood, hopefully it won't. My plan is, once I finish this revision, I'm going to go back and finish writing the Amethyst run. Long-time-ish listeners will recognize this as the book that I was writing this time last year. Actually, this time last year, I was on retreat in Kauai, not the writers' conference, but at my friend Alex's house. And so that's like, oh, this year I'm not on retreat in Kauai. That was a great week, although I did not get a lot of writing done. So, but I started this book then, was calling it Bandits. We ended up rechristening it the Amethyst Run, and went out on submission with it in the spring and had a lot of interest. But as I feel like I'm mentioning ad nauseum on here, maybe just because the topic makes me nauseated, uh, they're not buying on spec. I think unless you're like raking in the millions. I know a few people who've sold on spec, but they have huge platforms. They only want to buy full manuscripts. So I'm going to finish writing the Amethyst Run, and I anticipate my plan, and I do have one, is I plan to start writing Amethyst Run around December 11th, and then take a little break over the holidays. We'll see if I really do. Right now I'm not feeling like I need a break. For all that, in finishing Twisted Magic, I worked over the weekend and all that kind of thing. I'm feeling very rested and relaxed. So we'll see. We'll see. But I'm going to finish writing Amethyst Run so that we'll see if we could sell that book too. Ha ha ha. Wouldn't that be nice? And I figure I will finish that hopefully by the beginning of February if all goes well. And then I'm hoping that it's going to work out this way. I'm going to write the next trilogy in the Bonds of Magic, Renegades of Magic world. Once you read Twisted Magic, you will know. If you know, you know. But I'm going to be following Elisa's story. But I'm really loving having the multiple POVs, and some of my readers have said how much they like having multiple POVs. I think in Twisted Magic, I ended up having five POVs. So I'm just like, I'm now a multi-POV girl. So that's the plan there. I haven't set dates because the one variable I know of, there's always the unplanned variables, right? Is that I do need to write book 2 for the tour deal. And I don't know yet when she wants that. So right now I have this figured for writing those 3 books. No, this can't be right. Please stand by. That number scared me because I was looking at the wrong number. I hope to do those 3 Bonds of Magic. It'll be, I don't know, something of magic, right? If you have ideas, let me know. I also really want to decide, because like the trilogies in the Bonds of Magic and Renegades of Magic world are mirrors, right? So we have Dark Wizard and Shadow Wizard, Bright Familiar, Rogue Familiar, and then Gray Magic, Twisted Magic. So I want the 3rd trilogy to mirror that. And so it's going to be something wizard for the first book. And I'm trying to decide, since it's about Elise, can I call it Teen Wizard? Can I? Would that be bad? I mean, she's still a teenager. I think Elisa's story is going to be over a longer period of time because I want her to grow up a little bit. Can I call it Teen Wizard? I'm so tempted. That might have to be my working title. I'll ask Grace. We'll see what Grace thinks. Anyway, following the events of Twisted Magic, you'll see what happens. I think Elisa's going to have to go back to school and finish. So I could actually write my boarding school Wizard Academy book that every one of us has obviously longed to write. So it'll be something of magic. Don't know what yet. Suggestions welcome. And then if all works out, I would write the second book for Tor towards the end of next year. I would love it if I could write it, really starting next October. But that means that I would turn it in well, probably at the first of the year, and that might be too late for my editor. So we'll see. Uh, Otherwise, it'll mean that the new trilogy will be a little bit more staggered, which I was trying not to do that. Uh, Minerva Spencer really wanted me to write all three books and wait and publish them together, uh, which I just don't think I can stand it. I don't think I can stand not having a release for that long. Because if I do that, then I don't have a book release until June of 2025. Well, that's not true. It would be at the end of next year. I wouldn't get it out until if I waited to write all three of them, I would not have a book release for nearly a year. It would be like 11 months. It would be mid to late October. And if I did all three of them at once. Um, and I think it's an interesting idea. She thinks it would be less pressure, but I think I'm feeling less pressure anyway since I have the big book deal. So that's my plan. So my New Year's planning is already complete, people. I've already contacted various vendors and so forth to see if I can get on their schedules. And let's see, what else do I have to tell you? I'm trying to think of, I feel like I have bigger things to talk about than I have in the minutes remaining to me. But one thing that has been on my mind is just people's health. I was talking with one friend of mine who, is doing better. Um, in fact, I think I could say it was Grace. It was Grace Draven. And I was talking to her about picking up a project that we had been planning before she got sick. And I was saying, should we pick this up again? And she said that she didn't want to commit to doing that because she didn't want to have to back out again until she knows. I mean, she's doing great, but, like she's in that 2-year window now of whether or not the cancer will recur. And she doesn't want to commit. And I was speaking with someone else yesterday, a longtime volunteer of SIFWA, who is very sick. And, it's interesting because we get caught up with so many of the problems of our lives, which is what we should do. We should be focusing on what we're trying to do. But when people get sick, it just derails the whole thing. It completely and forcibly reorganizes all of your priorities. And in some ways, it's devastating because all of your plans gang agley, right? You don't get to do what you were planning to do. But also, it's a reality check. It's coming back to what is really important. Um, like when people get sick, they don't care about um, these petty squabbles over who got what and all of this kind of thing. So, um, yeah, I guess I don't have more to say about it than that. I have another friend who's been diagnosed with breast cancer and will be dealing with that, but she's not public with it yet. And it's like, these things happen, and then we have to rearrange everything to deal with keeping ourselves alive, right? Which is that's the baseline. That's the most important thing. And it sounds silly to say that. Of course it's the most important thing. But I think it's easy to forget. So congratulations to all of you out there because you have done an amazing job of keeping yourselves alive. And I know many of you are working to uh, maintain the health and happiness of the people around you. And that's important too. So there's a bit of gratitude for you. Uh, I will talk to you all on Friday. You all take care. Bye bye.